In my opinion, using DEX is not better than STR in terms of damage, but it is very strong in long battles against neutral bosses or bosses that constantly change elements, since we cannot benefit from STR's increased critical damage all the time. Therefore, I would like to share the build that I use in this type of bosses, especially in Castilia, since I have been farming it a lot to get its MD. So int will be our main stat, and we will increase it to the maximum and dex only up to 247. For the main weapon we will use Jibril Staff. It is the best against neutral bosses. If we will not use Nemesis, the MD element is not important, but it must be refined to +S. For neutral armor, I recommend using this kind of stats since we will not always be doing critical damage. Schmet Hairpin is a very good and cheap option for our ad. And for the ring I use Seahorse Bangle, but the best option would be Astral Lamp. As for avatar stats, I have 20% Magic Pierce, and these are the land buffs and consumables that I use. If you enjoy this kind of video, please consider like, share and subscribe. We are about to reach 1,000 subscribers and it would help me a lot. As for the combos, I use this one to release cannon, this one to charge cannon and deal damage, these to recover MP, this to deal damage and avoid attacks with burst, and this one to launch cannon with Cadle. In my star gems, I use Magic Arrows level 10 to quickly charge chain cast. Magic Mastery increases magic attack. MP Charge to recover MP. Recovery allows us to eliminate an ailment that is affecting us. Magic Up increases our magic attack depending on the level we have. And Concentrate gives us a chance to inflict extra damage with our attacks. Long Range increases the damage we inflict with our skills that can be casted from 8 meters. Burst, Cannon, and Crash will be the main skills that we will use to inflict damage. Impact reduces the MP cost of the next skill we use, so we will use it to open combos. In the case of Finale, I currently cannot find use for it in battle, so I recommend that you only leave it at level 1 to close combos. Cadle gives us a buff that makes the next skill we use critical, reducing its MP cost, but we can only use it 3 times. As an extra effect, it passively increases our damage by 1% every 3 seconds. Chain Cast reduces the casting time of our skills. In this build, I have decided to use Maximizer since sometimes I am completely out of MP without the possibility of cast the Enchanted Barriers combo, but it is completely optional. Enchanted Barriers has many positive effects, so we must always try to be on it. Mirage Evasion allows us to evade while we cast. Brave Aura is a powerful buff that increases our damage and that of allies, and High Cycle increases cast speed, but if we receive damage we will lose them. Spell Burst allows us to do critical damage, especially to targets with an element without depending on Cadle. If you are interested in knowing more about it, you can watch the video I made about it. Critical Up increases critical damage. Shikuchi to dash towards the target. Frontliner to open combos. Magic Warrior Mastery increases our magic attack and cast speed. Resonance averages the percentage ratio of current HP and current MP upon cast. Very useful to recover MP quickly. Element Slash applies Weaken to the target, which reduces the amount of critical rate we need to deal critical damage to the target, but this does not apply if the target is neutral or if our magic does not have the element the boss is weak to. Magic Skin reduces the damage we receive depending on the amount of MP we have and also saves us from dying once. Godspeed Wield gives us a large amount of motion speed but also greatly reduces our physical and magical resistances. Cast Mastery increases cast speed depending on the number of skills and skill points invested in the wizard branch. Overlimit and Sorcery Guide increases DTE but reduces our cast speed. And finally, Shift is a new ability that while active consumes our MP to make us immune to damage but cannot be used if we have the target's aggro. In my Registlets I use these, the most important being Magic Arrows Enhancer, Extreme Concentrate, and Emergency MP Heal. And that would be all for today's video. If you have any questions or suggestions, feel free to use the comment box.